This is Cricket Buzz Centre Stage. Adam Collins, I've got Harsha Bhogle with me here. We're at Old Trafford, where India tomorrow can all but guarantee their progress to the semi-finals and knock out the West Indies in the process. For India's part, it's unlikely we'll see many changes, if any at all. We saw Bhuvneshwar Kumar having a bowl behind us here a moment ago. At half pace, I would say, not quite full pace yet. Mohammad Shami, though, he was outstanding against Afghanistan, a hat-trick in the final over. I expect they'll keep Shami regardless.
I expect so too, though just as I was walking up here to do this, Bhuvi was loitering around and I said, Haath pair sab theek hai, meaning hands, legs, head, everything okay? He said, everything fine. But I still think they'll give him time because they need him towards the later stages of the tournament. So I don't expect any change at all. Shami was fantastic. I mean, even when Bhuvi is fully fit, it's going to raise the issue. Now what do you do with Shami? Because he's done everything I asked of you. He's running hard. He's got that extra nip. He's a little quicker. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do when he comes back.
I think he's your favourite, Harsha. Whenever I ask him about Mohammad Shami, the smile on his face gets bigger and bigger.
I like Bhuvi. I've admired him enormously over the years. It's just that Shami was bowling so well before this.
Yeah. No question about that. In terms of the batting, India will limp against Afghanistan. They'll want to lift in those back 10 overs. They won't want a situation where, against a weaker bowling attack like the West Indies, they can't put the foot down.
No, they won't. And I don't know what kind of surface it is. What's happening with England? All the tracks are suddenly spongy. They're like one of those tea time cakes that you get. You put on your finger, gets stuck in it. You come out and there's a little bit coming out with it. So if indeed it is a spongy-ish kind of surface, they're saying Manchester won't be like when we were kids and we were told after Perth, Old Trafford was the fastest pitch. It's no longer like that, of course. So I think if it's a 250, 260, I won't mind it very much, because India's bowling has been really good. But I think I don't think we'll see Dhoni and Jadhav do what they did the other day. I think they'll get a move on a little quicker.
Yeah, a few questions about whether MS Dhoni can still put the foot down. I'm sure that he can. As for the West Indies, this was the ground where they came so close to what would have been one of the all-time great World Cup comebacks. Carlos Brathwaite, we've seen what he can do on a global stage before in that final of the World T20 2 years ago. But that performance here the other night was masterful. He hasn't got particularly good numbers, but he's got that magic innings in him.
I know what I'm going to do when Carlos Brathwaite comes into bat. I'm going to grab the mic from Bish and I'll say, Bish, sorry. No more commentary while Brathwaite is batting. But listen, there's a reason that Brathwaite's numbers are those, because he's not consistent. There's a reason the West Indies are on 3 points. If the West Indies were as good as the odd match suggests, they should have been on 5, maybe 7 points. But post the knockout blow on Pakistan, it was almost like a challenger coming in a heavyweight bout, and you don't know he's actually got a good left hook. And next thing you know, you're on the canvas. I think that's what happened to Pakistan there. But if West Indies were that good, and they're one of the most popular sides in the world, we wish they were that good. But there's a reason they're on 3 points, and there's a reason India are on 9.
Sunil Ambrose has arrived in the country to replace Dr. Dre Russell, who's gone home at last with his myriad injuries. He might replace Evan Lewis?
It could be, because there's absolutely no point, in my view, playing Evan Lewis at 5. Evan Lewis is in the side as an aggressive, free-stroking opening batsman. So if he's not available to open the batting, then there's no point playing him. You might as well play Darren Bravo, or you might as well play Sunil Ambrose. You might play somebody who's more suited to play at 5. They need that batsman at 5, because in the absence of Russell, they now have to play Holder at 6, Brathwaite at 7, and then Nurse and the bowlers after that. They've got to bring in Kemar Roach for Andre Russell. So that takes away an aggressive lower order batsman. They need number 5 to get runs.
The main talking point from the West Indies this morning is, would you believe it, Chris Gayle is out of retirement. He's available to play one days and Test cricket against India after this World Cup in their bilateral series. In a way, you could say we didn't see this coming, but I think we did see another coming of Chris Gayle. We knew at some point he'd come out of retirement.
If you ask this question to Chris Gayle, he'd laugh, that typical Chris Gayle laugh. I think beneath or even underneath this happy, laughing, whatever kind of person is a cricket nerd. I think he loves cricket. He's probably feels it too odd to say I'm this cricket nerd. I think he is actually. I think he loves playing cricket. I don't know if he's got a life outside of just playing cricket. Maybe he's enjoying being the senior person in the West Indies side. And I'll tell you what, cricket will want Chris Gayle to play as long as Chris Gayle can, because whatever he calls himself, we love watching him too.
And in terms of the draw, due to the way Sri Lanka's result against England on Friday changed the whole dynamic and the whole climate of the competition, really, the West Indies mathematically could even lose tomorrow and still make it on 7 points. Of course, that won't be the case. But it says a little bit about how it didn't take long for it to unravel in terms of the surety of that Final Four.
I mean, weren't the two of us chatting about possibly 11 dead rubbers?
There could have easily been 11 dead rubbers. If Sri Lanka had won that game, there probably would have been. Sorry, rather, had Sri Lanka lost that game to England, that almost certainly would have been the case, but the reverse is true now.
I mean, one game, Sri Lanka should now be the global Asian paradise. It's given Bangladesh a hope. It's given Pakistan more than a hope. It's given everybody else a chance in the tournament. So I'm saying go to Sri Lanka and enjoy the beauty of the country. Say thank you. But Sri Lanka themselves are on 6. So who knows? A combination of factors.
Yeah.
But yes, that one game. This game though, I'll be surprised if West Indies can deliver the knockout blow. But then the West Indies are all or nothing. And if it's there all day, then you never know.
We'll find out. Can India put in a better performance with the bat? Can they skittle the West Indies out of the competition? We're going to find it out tomorrow on Cricket by Centerstage. Adam Collins, Harsha Bhogle.